link, you'll see our Twitch link. Let's do this thing. If you guys aren't following over on Twitch, we'd love it there.
It has started.
Yes. Coffee time.
60th live letter. Wow.
Number 60.
How many have we covered?
Dude, a lot.
They've made 60. Good for them.
We've covered a lot of these bad boys.
A lot.
Yeah.
They're keeping track. We're not.
Ooh, what crossover do you guys want to see next? I think Final Fantasy 16, Final Fantasy 14. Like, I know a guy. Oh, Lady Wizard with the Prime sub. Thank you.
Avengers could be a change of pace.
You troll. You troll. Hey, Jabber Jam. Howdy from Texas to Australia.
I know I'm tired because Squall Train read to me U.S. Virgin Islands singing in.
Singing in.
That's not correct.
I like the idea of him singing in though more than just signing in.
JRPG player, I would adore a WoW crossover, and I would adore that going both ways. I would love for Shadowlands to somewhere deep in the maw have Titan locked away. And so we get to go fight a world boss that's a trial fight.
How nuts would that be?
That'd be super cool. Special portion of Torghast Tower.
That would be neat. Like, hey guys, we decided to join the realms with your deep dungeon and our Torghast.
Yeah, because their new deep dungeon looks super fun. It's definitely gonna like move that format forward because obviously we did not move that forward this expansion. And yeah, I'm really excited about it. I think it's weird there's not a like direct Dragon Quest implementation. It seems like
what do you mean? Because Dragon Quest is a part of it.
No, like more direct, like the way we have like I mean maybe not where all the raids are dedicated to it, but like a full beast tribe of it would be.
So yeah, that'd be kind of
knowing neat. Yoshi P's has history with Dragon Quest, doesn't it?
Yeah,
that's where he came from.
Oh yeah, he worked on a
totally
couple.
Pulling that out of my head.
Just a random factoid.
I'm just making things up. No. So they are just chatting because they also have looked back and said 60. My goodness. So they've said we've been doing this for 9 years.
Yeah, this is 9 years because they first it was all written. They transitioned into live. Yeah, we're doing the translation.
And then out of concern that we will not be happy with him this week, he'd like to let everybody know that he's here from the UI team and that there will be no weekly lockouts for UI. Okay, a lot of content. We have 535 this week. So looking at least 3 hours. Strap in, boys.
Buckle up. Let's go.
Buckle up. We are going to be here until well after sunrise.
Get your coffee. And Randiculous, thanks for that follow.
Ridiculous.
And just a reminder, guys, top link in the description if you don't follow us on Twitch. We'd love it because we do stream. That's typically where we're streaming. So you guys can follow us over there, and it will let us know. It will give us a notification here.
They're doing that little wall between. I think they're in 2 different places. That's cute.
Oh, wow.
I wondered if they're going to do the little, like, the vice president wall. That was clever. It was like 2 little pieces of plexi.
Yeah.
That's all it needed to be.
That's all it needed to be. So, patch 5835. This is coming Tuesday, October 13th. Boshin Southern Front, guys. I am excited about this content like nothing else. All right, all these Twitch follows.
We've done the single player portions. This will actually move us into actual relic shenanigans.
Yes.
And if you don't like it, this should also be moving us into Sky Steel Tool. Our crafting relics will move forward at this point. Once again, that has a single player portion that you need to have already done. So if you guys have not done the earlier chapters to that, there was no rush until now. So if you've waited till now, my stance on no rush has shifted to get your butt in gear.
Get your butt in gear.
This needs to be done by Monday. So that should give you guys plenty to do between now and 5-4, which I'm assuming is going to be much closer to the end of the year.
Chili's saying there's going to be no PS5 version until next year. And that doesn't technically surprise me. The question I've been asking is, will there be a backwards compatible version? Because I've even seen reports that PlayStation's only going to have like a handful, 100 games at launch. So not that it won't happen in December or something like that. I just wonder.
I would like to take everybody back to the PS4 launch and just know that, like, you bought a PS3 copy, and then if you had your PS3 copy, you had 1 year from the drop of PS4 to make the move.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't get my PS4 on launch. I got it a little after, and like I still had no trouble moving it over.
Yeah, this new large-scale encounters.
New housing wards to every area.
Oh, did they say
we
that?
will not open servers before scheduled time, even if maintenance finishes early. Housing Savage is something we'd like to respect, guys. Good luck to all of you looking to partake in the world first of this Housing Savage. Brian and I will be sitting it out in our tiny home in Limsa. I do, guys, the best of luck. We are very lucky that we had somebody, I don't even think they play anymore, that was willing to purchase a house for our free company. Honestly, back before Work to Game
even the channel existed. So this was not a streamer privilege.
This was not streamer privilege. This was just somebody in the free company had a friend who was like, Gil doesn't have any use, and we were like, that's ridiculous. I would love to have so much skill that it doesn't feel useful.
And did we just pick up a new member? Chancellor, thanks so much for joining the Dollar Game Club. Yeah. You got some emotes. You can drop those in comments. You can drop them here. Guys, give some love. If you got our emotes, drop some hearts. If you don't, it's okay. Drop any kind of emotes. Welcome, Chancellor. That is one closer to our next new
count, but we are one closer. The count shifts, I think, because it looks a little weird, like when like it comes up for monthly renewal, but it's something like 20 more, and then we get a whole new emote. Is it just one emote? Do we get more than one emote?
You get one. Like the next slot is.
Oh, YouTube is so stingy.
I know. It's like, oh, come on. Do battle with the 4th Imperial Legion to raise your metal. With sufficient metal, raise your resistance rank to help you front push forward. Storm the castrum. I cannot wait for Tuesday. We're going to be live with this. So that's why it's important. If you're not following on Twitch, I will be live on Twitch.
Going live
about 8 o'clock in the morning.
Maintain a more reasonable pace. Okay, guys. So anybody that doesn't remember how this works, it's 72 people. You will see clear parallels to Eureka, but they've learned from Eureka, and they're going to take what they feel the best parts of Eureka are. But if you want to just go in and enjoy the story, you will be able to do that. If you don't want to enter at all, there will and like do the content inside. I assume you'll have to go into like pick up quests. There will be a method for that. Once you're inside, you are going to have a rank, just like we did in Eureka. This will be called your resistance rank, and you will level up inside there. You will be able to do this from level 71 and above. Everybody will be scaled, so you can use this to level any jobs that you have left over from the other SB that you haven't done. And once you've gathered enough metal, you'll be able to speak to an NPC and kind of drive up that resistance rank. There are going to be 2 types of content in here: skirmishes and critical engagements. If you just go kill trash mobs we spread around the map, you won't gather metal. So those are out there to serve a different purpose, is what he's saying right now. I believe those are what triggers skirmishes, and then skirmishes are what leads to critical engagements, if I remember correctly. But I'm getting ahead of what they are talking about.
So Jonathan says, I just want to rework of Final Fantasy XIV's combat system. Phantasy Star on 2 new Genesis combat is looking crisp and action packed. 14 needs that and needs that badly. We've talked about that. I definitely would be interested to see what they would do, but I would say it'd have to have that new Genesis kind of moment where we don't shut off the current 14, but then say, hey, guess what? It's been 1,000 years, and like that would have to be kind of a whole new experience, personally, in my opinion. But yeah, Jonathan, I couldn't agree more. I think it would be interesting and exciting to see what happens with that. Thank you so much for the $5 super chat, by the way, guys. Really appreciate that.
All right, Tatsu, welcome to the Dollar Game Club. Thank you so much. Enjoy your emotes. We are like Dollar Shave Club, but we won't help you shave. So if you're not using your emotes, I got nothing for the shaving. So the critical engagements are going to be your more intense thing. Those are actually going to be like a raid finder type thing. The way they phrased it last time they talked about this, it didn't even matter where you were in the zone. You would be randomly decided to be admitted into those 24 to 48 person battles. They will be spectatable from inside the zone, so they'll basically pull you into like a fate. That's like a fate raid, and you'll be in an arena. You can't escape. People can look on. Has been how they phrased it to date. We'll see if they're still sticking with that feature.
Yeah, it's gonna be really cool. I hope they not only do they, I hope they show it, or if they're just gonna let us walk into it.
YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming.
Are you seeing that on the actual stream, or is that just in the dashboard?
No, I'm sitting in the dashboard.
Yeah, let me know on YouTube if you guys are having a problem, because I have no errors outside of that.
Cool. It went away. So now there will be skirmishes will be triggered by various things. They're not telling us what those are. I'm sure people will figure it out, just like they did with the train. So I think they're just leaving that for the community to figure out and decide how they do it. I hope it's something where like we've been doing it one way for 3 weeks and then we realize that way is wrong.
Yeah,
I would like that personally. And so each engagement will have different triggers to spawn, and it's all based on like, are you doing things that drive back the Legion, right? Because this is all taking place on a battle,
right. This is the war with the Empire.
Now, because we have Duty Finder and Party Finder in all the menus, we are going to have Bojin Finder. It doesn't matter where you are on the map. You don't have to go to that location. When it pops up, it's going to ask you if you want to take part. And that'll be what determines gets to go to the big battles.
Nice. And thank you, Andrew, hitting that Dollar Game Club member. Thank you so much for the YouTube support. Enjoy your new emotes. Also, we have an AMA post up, so that way if you guys have any questions, Chris and I are going to be filming special member-only AMA videos, so we'll have that coming out for you guys here in at least a week. And then also you can now leave those emotes on comments on the videos, so hopefully for our members they get to do that, and we get to see some more of those emotes. So appreciate you helping us get to our goal, our next goal for emote stuff. Yeah, I'm a wordsmith at 6 in the morning.
So far, this has just been a nice
Nutbuster Studio.
So far, this has just been a nice reminder of everything.
Yeah.
As for people that are admitted in, it is admitted randomly. If you want to, that means technically anybody that joins the zone could be admitted, but you do get priority selection based on the amount that you trigger, and then also through special items. So you'll kind of be able to, maybe you've played a lot this week and you've got a lot of that metal and that resource, that Bozia resource, then you can go in there and you can go to the vendor, or maybe it's through drops or whatever, but it does seem that there's going to be an item that will also say, hey, you've played a lot clearly because you have this resource. We're going to go ahead and give you a priority spot. But if those priority spots don't fill, then it will just start filling with other people. Just assume that the first couple weeks, that if you don't have something kind of moving you up the priority list, you're probably not going to get into the raids. So just be aware.
So is YouTube better for us than Twitch? That's a question we got.
Depends on the content. So like if we're just everyday streaming, Twitch is a better fit because people subscribe here because we put out guides and things of a particular format that's like, you know, around that 10 to 20 minute, occasionally 30 or 40 minute, but never that 3 or 4 hour type content. So when we stream here, as often as like Brian's able to stream right now, or as often as I've streamed in the past and things like that, it actually it kind of floods people's feeds, and so it hurts the channel because it hurts what you guys want. So you're like, yeah, I want work to game content, but I don't want all this streaming crap. And there's no way to like subscribe to one and not the other.
Right.
So for big events like this, we still bring it here because we just assume that everybody who's interested in all of our content wants specifically live letters. Or like if there was like a live announcement of like Square Enix being bought, like we would cover that here. But for just everyday content, we're going to clear dailies, we're going to run a raid, we're going to play Boja for a couple days back to back. That's better for us to be somewhere else, and Twitch is a good spot for that. Wolf, thank you so much for the super chat. Love your vids, and some of the stuff you've said has made me a more confident player in the game. Well, congratulations. I'm glad you're enjoying that. I think everybody deserves that loves this game deserves the ability and should be equipped to go out there and confidently enjoy it. It's a lot to process, so we're happy to help.
Absolutely, dude.
Resistance weapons. These are your relics, guys. Keep in mind that your crafting relics are called Sky Steel tools, and your battle relics are called resistance weapons. After access to Bojin Front, players will be able to kind of begin questing for this. The items, as I said earlier, can be found both inside and outside the Bojin Southern Front. Now, they have said in the past that they hope everybody enjoys this content. So I think the best method to get these items will probably be in Boja. But I think what they're saying is like, if you just don't want to do it today, or you just don't want to do it at all, or you just want to, while you're doing other stuff, you're taking a break, there should be other ways to kind of move it around. They kind of phrased it where I assume those things will be similar to Atma, but we'll just have to see exactly what that shakes out as. But you don't have to enter Southern Front to upgrade your weapon. You can upgrade them with content outside. We don't know if that's going to be... I think before he specifically said it won't be Poetics. But there's a lot of ways that they could do that.
Did I break it, Viren? I had to fix it. There we go.
He said if you plan on playing Bojin Southern Front, you might as well do it while upgrading your weapon. I cannot imagine wanting to do Boja and not wanting to have a relic. Like, I can imagine wanting a relic and not wanting to do Boja, but I can't be people like, I just want to sit in an endless battle for hours, and I don't want loot.
No more loot.
Oh, this game is just always like rewarding me with stuff, and it's just upgrading my character.
And Olimuf, did you thank him for the $5 super chat? I think maybe that's Euro or something. But thank you so much for that.
I did.
Okay, good. Sorry.
I believe it is
Euro. We had a UI.
I believe those are super dollars.
I had a UI, I had to futz with the UI to get the avatars to show up correctly.
Yeah. €5 goes a lot further here if you ever decide to visit the United States.
Since we don't have a deep dungeon this time, you can actually level your jobs in the Bojin Southern Front. All you need is a 70+ job to participate, and they upscale you to level 80. Or was it 71?
He corrected himself.
It's from 71. 71. I was like, when I was reading that, I was like, wait a minute. No, it's 71. I honestly wish they would just like open it up to like maybe like level 50 or and up or something, where it's like you could literally just open it up and stuff and go from there. But we don't know, Alex, and so that's one of the things I'm testing.
If they're gonna make it 71, I don't know why they don't make you do role quests.
Right. I literally have been sitting on Bard, which is level 71, just to level it 100% through the front to let you guys know if it is like, is this good for leveling? What does that look like? So I'll have that stuff for you guys. Hopefully not too long from now.
Eddie, we've had things like that have switched the game to 2D engines and stuff as part of like spoof events in the game. We've never had anything permanent, but we have had fun little things like that pop up.
Yeah, so they're going to upscale, downscale all your gear to eye level 430. So if your level is too low and you don't have to get new gear each time you level up. Anyone on level 80 or higher eye level will actually be synced down as well. So your stats seem to be
57
fixed no
likes.
matter what gear you have equipped in this battle. Hey, good morning, Zoe.
57 likes. Thank you guys so much. 1 in 10 of you are happy to be here with us this morning. Thank you for hitting that like button. To the other 9 of you, I am sorry you have to be up this early. To catch anybody up that's just coming in, all we're talking about is Bojin Southern Front dropping on Tuesday. So far, none of this has been new information. I think they're just saying we have a live letter before content goes live. Let's talk about it. And they're just refreshing everything. For anybody,
so all this is right now we have not even gone into the new information 100%. All this is what's coming on Tuesday. And and welcome. Hype is real, Ninth. Absolutely. And Addy just got their Dark Knight to level 71. Congrats, Addy. That's fantastic.
Well, as far as Bojin goes, congrats on Cap. I will probably, assuming this is good content, I will probably not level up any jobs anymore outside of Sylph dailies, maybe.
Yeah.
Just because they're so easy. As soon as they announced this was 71, I really lost like all motivation to be like slow leveling my other classes.
Did you just call the Pixies the Sylphs?
I did.
You fail. Whoa,
It's
did we
too
get
early.
some gifted subs? Gifted subs, thank you so much. I need to turn back on the auto notification. Gifted a sub to, so that was Liam Desire. Thanks so much for those gifted subs, guys. Enjoy your new emotes.
Right.
Appreciate that support, guys, over on Twitch. Yeah, it's really kind of up to you guys now. From a gameplay perspective, that's where you'll find us, like on Twitch. So be sure to hit that link. It's top link in the description. And go nuts.
So we're going to be scaled to 430, just in case anybody wondered what that eye level is. That's not going to matter because the content's all going to be scaled to 430. It wouldn't matter if that number was 900 or 200, because if you are below it, whether you be below it in level or eye level or both, obviously if you're below it in level, you'd be both. Or if you are above it, you're going to be down. Everybody's going to be at 430. When you're in critical engagements, you will be able to change job. There's going to be a brief time to prep before the engagement. So if you're leveling on a job and you're like, I don't actually know this rotation, I'm just following the train, you'll be able to switch. And keep in mind, there are going to be these 1v1 critical engagements at the end that are going to be this like ultimate or extreme 1v1 battles. They said those will be something that they think people who clear ultimate probably won't have trouble with, but when they tested it, the longest that any of their devs lasted with access to all of the things in Bojia that you can unlock, because there's these like abilities and stuff, that there's this whole like tree that you're going to unlock. Even with all of that, the player lasted 15 seconds. So they've clearly scaled it to where like the players are going to have to be able to do things that they can't, which is not unheard of in the game, but it's definitely on the higher end of the difficulty scale.
Right.
Similar to Logos actions.
Yeah, that's going to be something that really is exciting, that it starts at the start. So unlike where, Eureka evolved into, to where people were like, by the time the third iteration of it was done, it was like, oh, this is actually pretty good. It's like, yeah, it is. Kendrick with the Prime sub, thank you for 5 months of support.
Not only will that one guy get their butt kicked, Soj, but that will be public. Everybody will be watching.
Yeah, I know.
And that person didn't have to like opt into it either. Like, you just got tossed in. I assume that they said it'll be doing it based on like performance, but that performance didn't sound like it was just like a parser. It sounded also like they said, they gave examples like maybe that person didn't get hit by any AoEs. So like they're going to have some set of metrics that will determine the players of higher skill, and they'll be choosing from that. So I guess if you don't want to be in there, get hit by AoEs, chill on your DPS, really weigh down your raid in every way. But in all seriousness, it does seem that they'll be trying to pick out like one of the top people in their raids.
It's gonna be so
to-
cool to watch. I don't think I'll ever get selected, but I'm okay with that. It's gonna be like, what? Can you believe
it'll be the
this?
one time I'm not recording that I'll get selected.
You're like, hold on, guys. I
I'll
need
have
to.
my screen recording, and then the one time like I'll have an error in the background that's like, your screen can't be recording right now, and it'll be like, you've been selected.
You've been chosen.
Yeah, so they said it'll be just like one of the instance battles during MSQ, just way, way, way harder. Which I will say, like in the 5-3 story, we got a chance to go into a single player engagement that I really feel was my favorite solo instance in the game to date by far. And I wanted a harder version of it because as much as I enjoyed it, I wanted to go back and do it. And I feel that it was very easy for how symbolic it was.
So Ben says PlayStation and PC enjoyed the game while Xbox misses out. Now, I've been told multiple times that they were actually supposed to make that announcement at North America Fan Fest because that seems to make the most sense as to where to announce it. We'll see though. Like, you know, if they're still, if that was true, it still makes sense to make the announcement at some point. The question is that when do you do that? And we know that a Xbox virtual fan fest is going on. We don't know if they're going to do a virtual Final Fantasy fan fest. So I'm hoping that we'll see a virtual Final Fantasy fan fest, personally speaking. But as soon as it happens,
Last time was free virtually.
I will let the tears flow.